got to work at my cousin in Seisberg, which, makes cameras. And so we were uh, working there, and they were very nice to us. We got lunch there, and on my birthday, I thought, okay, we're going to have a good meal, and so we go, we work, have a nice lunch. We could go. There were two kinds actually. One was for the German, like the top people, and the other was for the workers. And we got to go to the top people. Usually, no, we were invited, and we didn't go for some reason. And then we decided, okay, we take a shortcut back home. We got lost. By the time I got home, everything was closed. We had nothing to eat. So on my birthday, I was actually starving. Some birthday.
Is that your 18th birthday?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a story.
So, and then after about 3-4 months, bombing started over there. It was Jena Thüringer. And then we ended up in Czechoslovakia, Praha. And Praha in spring, you have heard the Praha spring. It was truly beautiful. The cherry trees, the plum trees were blooming. The town was absolutely wonderful. And we were there for about 3 months. And then the war was over. Well, not over, but Russians started coming to Czechoslovakia, so we had to flee. And we ended up on a little boat going down on river, on Oder. And we were going to Teplice now, and there was a wreck, so we couldn't go anywhere. It was like a spa area, so we spent the night there. And then all of a sudden somebody said, okay, war is over. Everybody, we're so happy we can go back to Estonia now. Well, it wasn't so. Roosevelt, they had the Yalta conference. He gave Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and half of Poland to Russians. So I was still homeless. So my cousin and I, we needed to get the hell out of there so that Russians don't get us. So we had to walk. We had a group of 12 people. Some were German, some were, I don't know from where. And we were trying to go and go to a friend, a German. He was a professor in a university. And we made friends a long time ago, so we were going to go over there to stay with them. And we got there, but before we did, we were, for example, up on the hill in Schwarzwald, and the Russians were down there singing, marching, and we were up high on the hill. Of course, luckily they didn't catch us because they didn't know we were there. And then we spent one night very near where the Russians were. And then we got out of there fast. Again, we still had to walk. And we were starving. So starving that in Europe, when you put the potatoes, sweet potatoes in the ground, no potato. Here in the United States, they cut the eyes, just the eye and put it down. Well, we picked some of those potatoes to eat, and I was wondering, what would the Germans think when one batch, there's empty, there are no potatoes. What in the world have happened? Well, we ate them. And then we walked again, we slept in haystacks and barns, and then somebody said, okay, you're invited to this house for a meal. Oh my God, yes. And that's great. So why? Because his son came back from Russian prisoner of war, whatever you call lager. And so he was celebrating, and the whole village was invited to it, and of course we do.
Now, where are you at this point?
I can't even remember, it was in Thüringen, in Germany. Yeah. And so, of course, this was our meal, soup, meat, dessert, you name it. Oh my God, I hadn't seen that for a year. I mean, that was fantastic. And then, okay, we marched on again. We finally got to the professor's house, and we stayed there, and all of a sudden, you got to go again. Because Russia, they had some sort of exchange, and Thüringen would be now Russian. Okay, off we go again. And okay, to Bavaria. And we were riding on top of the trains. When you see now the immigrants going on top of the trains, going from Guatemala to US, I was wondering, that's the way I did one time too. And then we got down in a little town called Portheim, and they said, okay, some of the Americans had collected all the foreigners, Estonians, and sent them back to Estonia. And we couldn't, I mean, we would have been killed right away. So we were kind of making sure we didn't make any contact with Americans. And all of a sudden, we were very careless. All of a sudden, there are 3, 4 big Americans in front of me, us. And, okay, well, what do we do now? They said, look, there is a place called Displaced Person Camp. Why don't you go there? We'll take you there. But at that point, what were we going to do? Fight them? I mean, we had nothing to fight with, and they had guns. So they took them actually to Displaced Person Camp. And so there were other Estonians, and I think Russians, Americans found out that Russians were doing away with all these people they returned, so they wouldn't return them anymore. And so we were, I think, there for a month, and then we went to, we were placed to Erlangen. That was a big city, university city. And we went to work, and then I still was furious because Roosevelt gave my country to Russians. I mean, I didn't even want to talk to Americans. But we had a dance group, and so we were, native dances and folklore. And so there's an officers club invited us to go, that was Air Force, invited us to go to give a presentation. And of course, we said, okay, of course we do. I said, I'm not going. Well, yes, you are. Well, okay, all right, I'll dance my dances. And then we did, and then we were invited to stay and have a drink, and it was an officer club. And we were kind of bunched in one corner, and I was at the very back, pouting. And all of a sudden, some guy comes, some officer comes, and all the girls got to dance with them. And then he comes, and one girl, Estonian, gets up and says, "I'll dance with you." He said, "No, no, no, I want this girl." That was me. I am not going. And I got kind of, pushed in there. "You go and dance with him." So I danced with him. He was nice. Very polite, very nice. And then he invited me to sit down with him on the table. Yes, okay. I mean, what else did I say to him? He ordered champagne. Yeah, I never really liked to drink, but okay, so we drink champagne. And we had a very nice conversation. I said, some Americans are very nice. I'm melting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, finally the bus came and we go home. And next morning, I lived with a couple, and the brother of the couple and the sister of one of the married couple, and we were in one apartment. And she comes, and Herta is her name, comes and says, "Look, you've got company." "Who?" "Well, the guy you danced with yesterday." "I didn't give him my number or address, but we did," she says. So I went out with him, and all of a sudden got married.
Muy bien.
A happy ending.
Yes, that was a happy ending.
That's a nice story.
And my battery is like flashing.
Okay.